So that's one thing that Death Battle consistently gets wrong that annoys me every time I watch it? They will often show someone dodging a lightning bolt and saying, oh, they're faster than lightning, or dodging a laser and saying, oh, they're faster than light. And that is not how you dodge a projectile. Like, they are assuming that whoever is dodging is watching for the projectile to start, then, as it travels toward them, moving out of the way in the last second, and they're basing their calculations on that. But the actual way you dodge a projectile is by watching the person who's going to fire it and trying your best to stay out of their line of sight. Or I guess maybe line of sight is a misnomer, but like the line that is made from the weapon or the attacker to you. And what you're looking for is the moment that they fire it. You're looking for the motions that they make to fire the projectile and then attempting to move perpendicular to that line to avoid it. Because even a slow-moving projectile, like an arrow or a stone fired from a sling, is going to be nearly impossible to dodge on reaction to the projectile. So you have to dodge by reacting to the person who's firing it. And even if they're firing a projectile at an insanely high speed, the motions of the person firing them are happening at human speed. At least in real life. Of course, in anime and manga and comics, things are exaggerated. So much so that there are people in real life right now that can dodge lasers fired from laser pointers, obviously not lethal lasers, because they're trained to watch the person activating the laser and they move out of the way in enough time that the laser doesn't touch them. In reality, they've dodged far before the button is even pressed to fire the laser. But for slow-moving projectiles, like arrows, it looks like they're dodging the arrow on reaction. And that's because the arrow moves slow enough that they're moving out of the way while the arrow is in flight. So it looks like people who dodge arrows have superhuman reflexes, but in reality, they're just looking at the person who fires the arrow. And because that person who's firing it is reacting late, and because they're dodging early, it looks like they're dodging the arrow on reaction. And that's the sort of imagery that artists use when they're depicting scenes of people dodging lasers or dodging lightning bolts. So once again, it's not that they have to be faster than light or have reflexes faster than lightning, they just have to have reflexes faster than the person who's firing it. The only way this calculation would actually make sense was if they, had a race with lightning or had a race with a laser. If they, started at the same line as a laser and raced to a wall and touched the wall before the laser did, then you could say that they're faster than light. Which, of course, makes no sense in actual physics, but, hand wave that away. But as far as reaction speeds go, those speeds are so much lower than Death Battle actually presents them.